Let's talk geography today. So, if anybody is aware, there's approximately 200 countries, depending on what the criteria is for a country and who you're consulting. Roughly 190, 200, upwards of 205. 7 continents, right? That's without dispute. And so, I always find it fascinating how these countries got their borders, their boundaries. You know, it's a few different ways in which their boundaries are determined. One being natural barriers, natural boundaries, from bodies of water to mountains, mountain ranges, etc. Sometimes deserts. Sometimes, well, those are the main topographical features that create a boundary for countries. Valleys. The other one being conquest, when other nations have conquered other nations and they have annexed or, broken it off or divided it in such a way. That's another area. Purchases, like the Louisiana Purchase in 1803 here in the U.S., further expanding, making it 2/3 larger. Let's see, so you got that one, that one, that one. And then, of course, another one which is somewhat related to the war, conquest, treaties. Whenever treaties have been signed, they can divide up certain countries. Partitioning and annexing of certain countries in that way. But I just find it fascinating. And having been to quite a number of countries and 5 out of the 7 continents, this world is pretty interesting. Whether you talk about it from a geopolitical standpoint or an ecological standpoint, it's a huge planet. Did you know, however, of course everybody knows or should know, the Earth is composed of 70% liquid, water. But you can fit all of the world's landmass in the Pacific Ocean and still have room for more. That's how vast it is. Having sailed in the Pacific Ocean from Seattle, Washington, USA, steaming through the North Pacific to Hawaii, to Australia, down to Antarctica, to the Southern Ocean. It's such a vast and majestic place, the Pacific Ocean. It's hard to believe. I mean, I've sailed in it, I've flown across it many times. I've lived near the Pacific Ocean on both continents, Asia and North America. And it's just hard to believe that you can fit all of the world's land into that one body of water. It's vast. It's amazing how the Polynesians, and they traversed, when they populated some of the South Pacific islands around 10,000 to 20,000 years ago. But back to geography and then demographics and population, it's interesting. Like, did you know that this video is going to kind of be a did you know? That's okay. The population of Southeast Asia, which comprises 11 countries, is, I think, it's equal to the population of the entire continent of North America. All of North America, not just the U.S., right? But Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean Basin countries. That Southeast Asia, only 11 countries, way smaller in land area than even the U.S. I think the country of Mexico is larger in land area than all of Southeast Asia, perhaps. But that the population of Southeast Asia at around 700 million people beats all of North America, which is around 690 million. Europe And yes, I'm considering the European part of Russia has almost, I want to say, over half the population of the US, with around 720 million compared to the 345, 350 million that the US has. And Europe is also larger in land area than the US, and that is including Alaska, Hawaii, and perhaps the overseas territories of America. But Europe on a map doesn't really seem like it is. I mean, it's in comparison to the US, but it is larger. Having traveled by train across Europe just a few months ago, I can attest to that. It took I think it was about a 17-hour train ride from Budapest, Hungary to Bucharest, Romania. That was quite an experience. And then you got most of the world's landmass being in the northern hemisphere. It's funny because some people have always said, well, if the Earth will topple over, right? No, it doesn't work that way. Now, I do believe in pole shifts perhaps happening, but that's, related to its orbit around the sun, other solar system, planetary effects on the Earth. But yeah, if you look at a map, of course, this is nothing new. I love geography. It astounds me. If it doesn't for you, you can skip this. I don't care. But like you look at an atlas, a globe, and like 2/3 of the Earth's landmass is in the northern hemisphere. Only about 1/3 of it's in the south. I just find that interesting.